want to say thank you and welcome everybody. Again, sorry for the delay. Normally we're at 11 a.m. EST, but just because of some things, had to push it back. So we really do appreciate you coming in. This webinar is going to be all about our inFlow Smart Scanner 3. So we're hoping that we can share some information about it that maybe you do or don't know. We will actually be doing a super amazing giveaway at the end. We've got a quiz lined up, and the winner of the quiz will be able to actually win a free smart scanner. So you want to make sure that you stick around to the end. My name is Philip. I'm on our support team here at inFlow. We are being joined today by the wonderful Matt, who is actually from our marketing team and handles all this hardware stuff. I don't know if you want to say a little bit about yourself, Matt.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Matt. I've been with inFlow for it's over 10 years now. So I've seen the company grow from not having hardware to having hardware, going from on-premise to being cloud and everything in between. Very excited to be here and share with you guys all about our hardware.
Awesome. And we also have our wonderful moderator today is Star, who is from our community or customer success team, sorry. And so she will be trying to see any questions and stuff in the chat, answer them, help them out. Again, this webinar is focused around the smart scanner. So if you have any smart scanner related questions, you can put them in the chat. We will do our best to answer them. We'll probably leave or try and answer questions near the end rather than breaking it up in the middle and everything. If you do have other inFlow related questions, if we have time, we may be able to answer some of them. And again, I mean, Star is a superstar, so I'm sure she'll see them in there and she may be able to reply there in the chat as well. Otherwise, you are always welcome to reach out to us at support@inflowinventory.com. Just send us an email and we'd be happy to help with any of your questions or problems or anything like that inFlow related. And again, just remember, you want to pay attention to the slides and the stuff that we talk about today, because at the end there is a quiz. I think it's 6 or 7 questions. We'll get you to open up in either another tab or you can do it on your phone in a browser and stuff. All multiple choice, but yeah, the winner will get a Smart Scanner 3 for free. So yeah, big prize, super excited. And again, we don't usually have Matt here, so we're happy to have him talk.
Yeah, let's go. So yeah, so I think we're good to get started, right?
I think so.
Okay, let's rock and roll. So just for the quick intro, does everyone know what the smart scanner is? And if not, you're in the right place because we'll be going over exactly that. So essentially what our smart scanners are, and Julie already knows, awesome. It's an Android 11, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, might be on the test later. Google certified ROM that's basically a smartphone. So it's an actual phone. It's unlocked. You can actually use it as a phone too. So we have some customers that will actually give it to their staff as a phone to use. And it has a dedicated laser scanner module built in. That's the key differentiator. So it actually has the laser barcode scanner into the device there so you can scan things really quick. So it's not just a ruggedized phone, but it has the laser built in there. So you can do something like this. For example, if you're scanning some barcodes that are for Archon, and it has that nice trigger there that you can see what you're scanning. And it comes with a bunch of specs as well, right? So basically it has an octa-core. I won't go through these like in super detail, but it does have an octa-core, fast processor. It just means you can scan stuff really fast. Has a removable battery, which is always good to have because you can buy a spare. All day battery life is really easy. I mean, obviously it depends, it's subjective. It depends on how much you use it, but typically you can get a full day without having to charge it. Otherwise we have a cradle and that sort of thing to make it happen. It's USB-C, so there's no proprietary nonsense, right? It's also sealed for water and it is drop tested as well too. So it's very difficult to break, unlike your own phone. I mean, I don't know if you've ever dropped an iPhone, no shade to Apple, but I'm more of an Android guy anyway. If you drop one of those, it's bad news typically, right? And the other interesting aspect, like when we were looking for hardware, we wanted hardware that actually felt good in your hand and it wasn't like a brick that you had to actually like lug around with you. So it's one of the thinnest scanners that have, thinnest smartphones that has a laser scanner built into it. So essentially it's not ugly. And when it's not ugly, you're gonna be happy to use it. But here's the question. Just how rugged is the smart scanner? Well, first and foremost, we had to be very scientific and test it out with a puppy. It had to pass the puppy test for us to be able to give it to our customers. And guess what? it did pass the puppy test, which is great. But then we also had to kind of like throw it around. So in our office, we gave it a little throw down, made sure that it was still kicking. But here's the other interesting thing. We actually got some data here from someone else. This is not me. This is somebody else who really went to town testing it. And I love sharing this because it's kind of ridiculous, but also kind of, I mean, it shows how rugged it actually is. So he was throwing it up against the wall. For some reason, he was playing darts with it with no dartboard. I mean, I guess the wall was his dartboard. Dude, I do not recommend to do this at home. Not a good time. He also wanted to test the dust resistance. So he found the largest bag of sawdust he could find, like a garbage bag, and put it. I mean, you could just sprinkle a little dust on it, but no, that wasn't enough. Had to put it in the biggest bag of sawdust. Then he tried to freeze it because it also has a temperature gradient that allows it to work in all sorts of conditions. Tried to freeze it with the exhaust there, but that wasn't, and it worked. It's still working. Then he's like, hey, I'm going to dump it in some vinegared pickled tomatoes. And guess what? It was still working. We're still good to go. And then he's like, well, hey, I'm going to spray it with some alcohol and see if that'll do anything. And guess what? It was still working. And freezing it with the fire extinguisher wasn't good enough. So he's like, hey, I'm going to actually like freeze it inside this bottle of water and see what happens. What a waste of alcohol. It was rubbing alcohol, Star, so we're okay. And then after so he tried to freeze it up again, and then he's like, okay, it's still alive, it's still working, right? But then it's like, hey, why don't we actually drop it from a second story building inside the ice block? And guess what? Dropped it, ice block smashed everywhere, and it was still working. And then that wasn't enough. It's let's play hockey, right? And what better way to test your smart scanner but to use it as a puck, or at least the goalie in this case. And it turns out it's a very bad goalie, but it's very good at not breaking while playing hockey. So they tested it some more. It was still working, still good to go. They even had a shower with it, and lo and behold, you guessed it, it was still working. So with that being said, we now know that the smart scanner, if it can survive that, it's very likely to survive your warehouse. So why would a scanner be a good idea versus just using your own phone or even another kind of barcode scanner? Well, in general, the scanners are more efficient and faster and accurate, less likely you'll make mistakes. It's typically faster than your phone, so it scans at least 2 times faster with the laser scanner built in instead of having to take a picture with the camera. It's a dedicated device for your office, and you can basically use that device as another terminal almost to work with inFlow. The other thing is we actually optimize the Android app on our scanners to give you more screen real estate as well too. So you actually get a better experience on one of our smart scanners than you would with another phone. And you know what? Other big box stores, warehouses use them. So, it's a good way to kind of level up your operations. And this is just to show it's not just like a handheld phone. You can actually get the pistol grip with it as well too.
Carly, come here.
Side note, don't call it a pistol grip when you're importing these at all, because pistol can raise quite a number of red flags for customs. Ask me how I know. So with that being said, how does it work with inFlow? And Phil, did you want to take this one on?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to stop sharing, I'll share, and we can go through some slides on how it works with inFlow. Also, we thought it was be a little fun today, just because he was talking about how rugged and everything it is. I have a super special helper here with me. She's homesick from school today, but this is my daughter Carly. Say hi to everybody out there. Can you wave? You wave? No, okay, we're gonna be shy. But look, I've got one of our smart scanners here. Let me turn it on, show you that it's working. There we go. We've got inFlow loaded up on there and everything. Can you hold it? And I've got, it's not as fancy as the guy's thing there. We got some fake food in here, but a giant jar of water. Can you put it in there, Carly? Whoop. There we go. So the smartphone is fully in the water, completely submerged, and I will take it out and dry it off in a sec, and we'll check back in on it just in a few minutes after we go through a few more slides and make sure that it is still working. So yeah, I mean it's still turned on, it's still going, so that's a good first sign. Thank you very much for your help.
It's funny because my daughter was sick too, and then she came in a little bit later. She's like, "Dad, I want to go to school," because when they're sick, they're not allowed to go on any screens. So I was like, "Okay," and then we have to rush her to school as well.
That's funny. That's she would love to go to school. She misses her friends and stuff, but hopefully she'll be able to tomorrow. So we will see. So I'm just gonna take the phone out of the water, start drying it off. But yes, how does it work with inFlow? This is one of the most important questions I think to go with the scanner. But yeah, basically, you simply run the inFlow Android app on the device itself. Again, it is an Android device. I'm still dripping water here, so I gotta make sure I don't get it on my laptop because I don't think it's the same water resistance that this is. But essentially, yeah, sorry, it is an Android phone, so it's just like my Samsung phone here or anything like that. You download from the Play Store the inFlow smartphone app. And then basically what's really cool with this is that this actually does have then specific optimizations to work for this built-in scanner. So it will probably, you can see the flashing light and everything. That's the built-in scanner on the top of the device itself. So the app is optimized to work with this. This means that it gives it more screen real estate, and you've got the dedicated pick button when you're doing guided picking. So here we go. This just kind of gives you a quick little comparison. On the left-hand side here, we've got just like a regular phone. And then you've got the right-hand side where you're getting the actual smartphone, or sorry, the smart scanner's view of it. So you'll notice the difference in the icon at the top. So on the left, it's actually using the phone's camera to do any kind of scanning for the barcodes and stuff. It's taking up that space there at the top. Whereas on the smart scanner, we just have a little icon showing that it is enabled, that it is able to work with that. And then basically you can just push the button on the side. You don't have to be using all that real estate and everything, using the camera. And again, it's a lot faster. So what can you do with the inFlow app? So this is something that we are constantly updating. Right now, we've actually been working on like a really big update to make the app itself like faster and more robust, so that we can add extra features to it. So right now, you can create orders on the fly, so you can make like your sales orders, everything like that. You can then share them, or you can use the built-in email features to email them to any of your customers. You can do mobile receiving, so you can instantly know if like you've been short shipped or anything like that. That works both with like you can manually pick them, or again, the nice thing with the scanner is that you can actually scan the barcodes on them and it'll check them off as you go. You can manage your products and easily add pictures or barcodes. Again, it is a phone itself. It has a camera built into it too, so you can actually take pictures as well. So if you wanted to add pictures to your products as you're actually either like receiving them or creating them in the system, you can do that as well. You can also transfer stock, or you can actually make like stock adjustments in real time. And then there's also like a user guided mobile picking, which makes it a little faster and easier when you're picking like your sales orders and stuff. We've got a few screens here that shows like, again, this is like kind of what it looks like when you're adding stock, when you're picking, receiving. So again, we've kind of got it color coded for each one. Like you've got your purchase orders, your sales orders, everything like that. Um, and one of the really nice things about this is actually if you don't have like our smart scanner already or anything like that, you can test out the app on any iPhone or Android device for free, as long as you obviously have your inFlow cloud subscription. You can install it on there. You can see the different features and everything like that. And again, then the smart scanner just gives you that extra ability to not have to use the camera. You have a dedicated device. It's something that you don't have to install on like a personal phone or something like that and everything. So again, it kind of just gives you that extra tool in your briefcase and everything to make things a lot easier and faster. And this is just kind of like a little video, sorry, showing again like they're scanning in there, which is picking those products in like a sales order itself. Again, this is then like the guided picking where it'll show you each product with each of the different locations, and as you scan them, it checks them off. And then we also, I think, have, yeah, like receiving for like purchase orders and stuff like that too, which works very similar. Again, you scan them, it checks them off. You can go in and you can manually change the locations and stuff if you need to as well. But these are all features available in the app that you can use right away, which is awesome. Okay,
Cool.
and I think we'll pass it back to you, Matt.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, and Teresa was saying that she likes to use the phone with the app. It's nice to be able to check stock on the fly. Absolutely, right? Okay, so, but that being said, why might you want to use the smart scanner versus your own phone? So we kind of touched on this already, but essentially it's at least 2 times faster with the built-in laser scanner. The inFlow app, you get more screen real estate, like we mentioned, so it works better. It's a dedicated device, and you know what? It won't cost you an arm and a leg if you did happen to break the device to replace it. So in a lot of warehouses, you don't want necessarily your staff using their own phones, own devices, because if they break, you might be responsible to replace them. So in this case, it won't cost you that much to replace it because it's ruggedized. You can throw it through the wall, put it in that dust bag, put it in some pickled tomatoes, and you're still good to go. And how about other scanners on the market? So there's tons of options, obviously. But the inFlow scanners are the most affordable and most powerful as well when you add up all the features. So for example, ours is about $13.99 US. Android 11, 4 gigs RAM, 64 gigs ROM, processor, removable battery, which is super important. One of the more recent ones that I think it's Zebra that came out with is the one in the middle there. And it's almost double the price, right? And the spec wise, it's actually pretty similar, but has the built-in battery, so you're kind of stuck with that. And it's also 20% thicker, which is interesting. Plus, you get a 2-year warranty with us versus a typical 1-year warranty, which you get with most manufacturers. So basically, to sum that up, our scanners, when we came to bring them to market, we wanted to make sure that they're not just the best for inFlow, but the absolute best in the marketplace. And I think we've been able to accomplish that as well. Accessories, who doesn't like accessories, right? So we have, like I mentioned earlier, we do have that grip. Again, it's the holster, not the pistol grip. Ask me why. And it basically transforms the scanner into something a little bit more ergonomic, really easy to point at the barcode you want to scan, click the button to scan it, and you're good to go. It actually comes with a basic case as well. So even without the case, it's pretty ruggedized. You don't have to worry about it breaking when you drop it. But hey, it doesn't hurt to have some extra protection on it when you're using it as well. There's also a dock. So if you do need to charge it and you just want an easy place to, not only is it an easy place to charge and to put it, but then you know where it's supposed to go. It has a home. So in the warehouse, one good rule of thumb is making sure that everything has a dedicated space. Now with the dock, that's where the scanner goes. So you're not going to leave it somewhere, for the place to put it. And interestingly enough, with the dock, you can actually charge a spare battery as well. But to be honest, you actually probably don't need the spare battery. It depends on how much you use it, but from the feedback with a lot of our customers have been saying, the single battery, just works for the whole day. And if you're putting it back on the dock to charge it, you're good to go. And it can actually work with the grip as well too, and with the case. So there's like a little insert that lets you. So if you have whether you have the case, whether you have the grip, the dock will work in both scenarios, which is a nice convenient thing to have. Like I said, you can also always get a new battery. So over time, any electronic kind of battery kind of slowly loses its charge. With ours, you can always replace the battery, get something brand new, and you're good as if it was the day that you opened the box. And that's just showing off how it actually looks with the smart scanner docked with the cradle. I almost said pistol grip. Don't say pistol grip. How it looks when it's on the dock with the grip and by itself as well. And then just some more pictures of it in use there. Looks good. It makes you look like a real serious warehouse person when you have one of these in your in your hands. Okay, so the other thing to keep in mind with one of these, software is only half the picture, right? So having the hardware enables you to do more, makes your operations more efficient. And like we said, it's not just the best for inFlow, the scanners are the best in the market today. And the question that I always get, and I don't blame anyone for asking this question, but hey, I'm live on a webinar, can I get a deal, right? And the answer is, of course, you can get a deal. And so the the usual price is usually $1,400 for the scanner. It's currently on sale for $1,179. And what we're going to do for you guys today, if you're interested in using one, you can use the code webinar, and it'll actually take off $180 on the scanner. So it'll make it $1,000 even, and you're good to go. It says shipping next week, but actually it'll ship this week. I don't see why it'll ship next week. We're actually good to go for shipping on this week. So yeah, so just being here today, if you're interested in one, you'll be able to do that for a good deal. So it goes from the regular $1,400 with the promo code in there. So simple promo code, just webinar. And and thanks for mentioning it's at inflowshop.com to actually purchase it. You save an extra $180 today just for showing up. So with that being said, we do have some time for Q&A, but I think the next thing is the big giveaway, because that's why people are here as well too, I think, right?
For sure, yeah. And actually, before we get into that, I think it's Layla had a really good question. She was asking to how long after the webinar can they order it, and like, is the discount only good for today, or how long can you keep it
Oh,
going,
that's a
Matt?
good question. So you know what? Yeah, typically it's like the day of, but I get it. It's, we have to get permission sometimes to make the purchase and that sort of thing. And so let's make it for the end of the week. So basically, you can use that code webinar up until the end of the week. Because I get it's it's a big purchase as well too, and you might need to like ask some other people and that sort of thing. So yeah, we can do that for you. Let me know if that's enough time. Okay, Layla says,
Awesome.
perfect. Thank you, Matt. Awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, actually, if you want to stop sharing, I'll share my screen. I think so. We're gonna do the quiz next. Unfortunately, sorry, I think that slide there might have just been a little out of date. The code on Menti. So you're gonna go to menti.com. I'm pulling up the instructions here. Sorry. You're going to go to menti.com, which I have right there, menti.com, and then put in code 73665592, which should get you into our quiz. User code 73665592. That's going to take you to a screen that'll look something like this. I'm just going to put it in presentation mode. And so essentially, once we start, so I'm going to give it a minute or two for people to join. So again, join in like another tab, or it does work on your phone. So if you want to pull that out nice and easy, you can just open a browser, go to menti.com, 7365592. What we want people to do is, instead of using like emails or identifying stuff like that, on the next page, it is going to ask you to enter a name for yourself. So if you could just do like your first initial and your last name, and then something again that we'll be able to recognize here in the webinar itself, because we do have all your email addresses from the registration from there, so that way we can reach out to the winner. But for example, for myself, I would be P Tucker, because that's just Philip, just a short form for that. So we'll give it a minute, and just as people get in there, and actually I think people can still, I see some likes and thumbs up showing up on there. I guess if you get in there, give it a thumbs up so I know people are getting in there. Oh, there we go. I see the everything going. So Layla, it'll move you to the next screen in just a minute. I control it for everybody, so I'm the dungeon master at the moment, the quiz master, I guess, in here. So yeah, just letting people get in there. Basically, with these quizzes, again, they are all multiple choice. They're all things that we did cover today. I tried not to make any of them too hard or anything, so you all have a good chance. But there is the fastest person to answer on each one does get more points. So if you really want to win, you got to try and answer fast, kind of thing. I think each question has about 10 seconds to answer, but again, the fastest person will get, and it will give us like little updates on the the scores and everything in between each one. So I'm gonna hit the next button so that we can start into the quiz. And this is now you should be seeing, oh, here we go. I see 37 people. That's awesome. A whole bunch of people. This should now be the screen where it should ask people to enter their names. So I'll give this a few minutes, and sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. She's just singing to herself, which is cute. Um, yeah, I guess once you get your name in, if you can give it a little thumbs up on there again, too. I see 8 people, 9 people, 12, 13, lots of people already. Already have it in, and then we will start. So yeah, 7 questions. Hopefully people are excited. I think this is, oh, I see Matt. You want to compete too, Matt? You need to get yourself a scanner?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, to be honest, before I start, I was thinking about it actually as I was testing, like dropping the water, and it is still working. I'll quickly show on here, and after I'll show. I found a way to mirror it on the screen and everything too, so I can show actually some scanning in action and everything. But I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I should get a couple of these because I've got 2 kids. Give them each one; they can watch YouTube on it, and then I don't have to worry if they drop it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I had a cell phone that was it was in repair basically, so I actually needed another phone. So I actually used it as my main phone for a good like it was only about a week and a bit, but it was actually kind of cool because I could go to the store and I could scan like the barcodes, more so just for fun, but it was made it very easy to like price compare
Price shop,
and
yeah,
price
there you
shop
go.
that way. So hey, side benefit as well.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool. Okay, well there we go. I see 40 players ready. I see a bunch of thumbs up coming in. So let's start it. So we're gonna enter the quiz. So again, answer as fast as you can to get the most points. I will try and read out the questions. What version of Android is the Smart Scanner 3 running? This was one of the first questions, and Matt definitely kind of nudged that one. So Android 11, 14, 21, or iOS 18. All right, and look at that. We got 19 people who got it right.
I'm glad nobody
Awesome.
said iOS. That's
Yes.
good.
If people were saying it was Apple, I think that might be, unless you came in late. Maybe you missed the beginning. You never know. But
R. McMahon in the lead.
I think, yeah. Well, look at that. It looks like a lot of people got that really quick too. So it could be. And again, last webinar we started doing these quizzes. The person who won was like way behind right until the end. So don't count yourself out. Again, if you get it right and a lot of people get it wrong, those points add up. So question 2. Here we go. The Smart Scanner 3 is really rugged. What did we not perform as a test on the scanner? Did we freeze it in ice, throw it against a wall, play hockey with it, or set it on fire?
It's a great
Thankfully,
question.
I was going to say, thankfully, these are all things I did not have to do in my house. So look at that, 24 of you. Very good, very good. We did not set it on fire. We did freeze it in ice and play hockey with it, and it survived both of those. I don't know if it would survive setting on fire. I do not recommend doing that with electronics, especially with batteries, because, yeah, we don't want a boom situation. And there we go. The leaderboard has switched around a little bit. We got M. Grant in the lead with A. LeBlanc very close behind. So again, anyone's game. This can change quick. So question 3 of 7. Here we go. Which device is faster at scanning barcodes? This should be an easy one. Is it the Smart Scanner 3 or your personal phone? I mean, I can pull out my phone, pull up the camera, take a picture, you know.
Talk about a layup of a question.
Thank you. I'm good. Everybody got that. That is fantastic. 37 correct. The Smart Scanner 3 is meant to be faster at scanning than your personal phone. Look at that. And looks like things, have they slightly changed? Wow, there we go. Oh, Lexi got that one the fastest. That's cool. I never noticed that it actually says who got it the fastest on there. Very good. All right, question 4 of 7. Halfway there. What can you do with the inFlow app on the Smart Scanner 3? So these are the different things that you can do in the app currently. Can you create orders on the fly, mobile receiving, manage products, transfer stock, or all of the above? You know, you gotta love those questions when they always put those on tests, right? Where all of the above is always the answer, right? It's always all the good things, all the good things. All right, we'll see how things have shaken around.
Ooh.
Get that. Oh, we got some changes
And
on
we have a
there.
new leader. New leader.
All right, couple questions left. Smart scanner on the line. Whoops, I missed the button. Sorry. Here we go. Question 5. What is a key feature of the Smart Scanner 3? Is it keeps your drinks cold, has a built-in laser scanner, or takes the dog for a walk? Trust me, I would love so much if this could take my dog for a walk. There we go. Another kind of gimme answer, but everybody got it right. It's got the built-in laser scanner. Good job. Let's see if who got that one the fastest, if they're in the top 10 or not. Oh,
Oh,
there we go. M. Grant,
so
you're
it's a
reaching up there.
tie.
Whoa, we
Oh,
have a
look at that.
tie.
I wonder.
What?
Oh, Matt, I don't know. You might have to give out 2 scanners if we end up with a tie,
Hey, we
or
can do it. We can do it.
unless you can think of a quick tiebreaker question. Last 2 questions, everybody. I love this. Everybody's doing fantastic. What accessories are available for the Smart Scanner? So Matt was just talking about these ones. Is there a hand grip, docking cradle, grip case, or all of the above?
Yes.
Nice. I know those ones are kind of tricky, especially when you're trying to go fast. You see a correct answer and you want to hit it. So I do know the all of the above ones can be tricky too. But yes, all of those are available. Again, actually, the case that comes on it is pretty nice. Like it's it's cool. I had fun playing around with it last night, and A. LeBlanc is still in the lead there. So going into our last question, again,
Here we
remember
go.
fastest one. We'll see. Here we go. Question 7. 7 of 7. Is scanning a barcode more accurate than manually entering the items yourself? Yes or no? Should be a nice, easy question to end it out, but we will see. Everyone has voted. Nice. Oh, one person thought they can type better than scan it in, which I don't know. Maybe you could be, but let's see how it turns out.
Oh,
We need like a
oh,
drum roll here kind
Lexi
of
with
thing.
oh,
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
oh, that's so close. I don't know.
we're gonna see. Oh, Ayla
Oh, that was so
pulls
close.
it off with the win there by it was like 40 points or 39 points kind of thing. So very good. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you very much for doing the quiz. Congratulations, A. LeBlanc. Make sure that you type something in the chat here again just to make sure that we do have you in here and we're matching you up in here. So type something in our webinar chat. But yes, thank you everybody for doing that. That is awesome. We appreciate that. As I had mentioned, actually, so we're going to check in quickly on the smart scanner. So I just turned it back on. I've actually got it plugged in my computer now because it is still working. And I can mirror it on the screen here so that we can actually see. So if I click on like products or something, just it'll change. There we go. So this is just a test account on my thing, but I just wanted to at least show. So I've got a bottle of Vicks here. I mean, people are always sick in my house, so we always Dayquil, sorry, Vicks Dayquil. Again, something like this that has a nice barcode on it, nice and easy. Just in the app on the product screen, it shows that little icon there up at the top. So again, if I click on it, it'll actually tell you. So you're using the hardware barcode scanner, so you can actually scan faster. On my personal phone, it would actually show a picture where you click on it and it brings up the camera. But all I have to do is push a button on the side of the device itself, and the laser comes on, scans it, and it pulls up my product. So Dayquil, cold and flu from here, I can then easily either add stock, remove stock. I could sell it, which would put it on a sales order, or I can just like view the product details itself. So I can pull up all that kind of information. Again, it makes it nice and easy. You can create your sales orders, or again, like we have like dedicated sections here where you can pick them. And this will then filter to only show you the unfulfilled ones. I have a lot of, unfortunately, kind of garbage information because I do testing day in and day out on all the problems and stuff that people run into. But here we go. This person, Clark Kent, Superman. The guy on the front of the thing needed some rock star energy kind of thing. And so, again, if I had a product with a barcode that I could scan on it, I'd be able to right now just scan it and it would check it off. In the app, you can then manually also just hit it. And from there, you can also, if you need to change like locations and stuff, but then you just hit continue and save. And if you had multiple products, you just keep scanning, hit each one kind of thing, and move through them right there. But yeah, just wanted to show a kind of really quick level of how that works. So I don't know if Star, if there were any specific questions or anything that that people had, or if there were any questions people have now that they wanted to ask about the smart scanner. We got Matt here. We can, me and Star will definitely do our best to try and help.
And I really like Star's question. Like, if we needed a tiebreaker, it would be like the first person that can spell her last name. That is fantastic.
Even I wouldn't have come in first on that one. Takes me a second sometimes. But no, so far since the quiz, all the comments are about how fun the quiz was. So no big questions right now.
Awesome. Well, that's good. So we'll give people another minute or so, I guess, then, just to, in case you have any questions or anything like that. I'm going back. There we go. One thing that we did also want to kind of say, if you do have more topics to discuss, I mean, you can always reach out to us at support@inflowinventory.com. We love your feedback. We also love obviously getting your questions. We try and help you out with absolutely everything we can. We also have a Facebook community group, which has been getting more popular recently. This is a great place where you can go, and if you actually post questions here, a lot of our other like Facebook community members, so other people using inFlow, may actually be able to reach out and kind of help you as well too, because everybody here uses inFlow in a different way, and it's made to be so kind of diverse and work for so many different companies that not everyone's workflow is going to be the exact same. So join our Facebook community group here. Again, maybe you can reach out. Maybe somebody else has run into something similar or a workflow similar to yours or something, and we can kind of all help each other together. So, what are you doing? You want to say hi?
And I'll grab the link for you, Sol, the direct link, so you don't have to scan. See, if you had the smart scanner, you could just scan that off your screen, that QR code, and you'd be good to go. But obviously it works with your any phone to scan it, but it's also nice to have a regular old link. Let me get that for you. Yeah, so that's the group to join in there.
Yeah, I'll pull it up too. I think there you go. So that's the Facebook community group here. So inFlow Inventory, come join us. Again, we post updates obviously for things like the webinar, so you can stay in the know from there. But then again, people come in here, they'll post their questions and stuff like that. So yeah, come join the conversation. And actually, oh, here we go. We got a good question I saw about the spare battery. Let me just pull up inflowshop.com.
I hope it's listed.
The spare battery, there we go. Smart Scanner Extra battery right now is on half price. Instead of $200 for $99.98, that you can get. Standard one that purchases on the. You might be able to find like a third party or something. I mean, it would have to be like a specific shape though. Like I know this one, it has like almost like a little lip on the edge of it and everything that fits in. So it would probably be difficult to find like an aftermarket one, I think. But yeah, we've got all the accessories and everything listed on there that you can order as well.
Yeah, it is a proprietary one. I'd be surprised if you could. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'd be surprised if you could find it otherwise.
Awesome, Igor. I saw Julie asking, does the app update automatically? So as long as you have your automatic updates turned on, so that's an option that you can do in the Play Store, then it will update automatically. So again, it's just like any other Android app that you install on your phone. So yeah, you'll get notified if it's out of date or anything like that, and you need to update. And then again, it's really nice and easy. Like it's just asleep right now. Let me wake it up. You just log in with your same inFlow account that you would just like in your web browser on your computer or anything like that, and you're able to get into access it just like that. So again, it's just giving you another way to access that information kind of on the go, or again, like if you got a warehouse worker or something like that, then they don't want to be lugging around a laptop with them or something like that. This makes it so much easier to grab something, scan it, and keep going. I see Jose Daniel Hernandez had said, I own an iPhone and use the inFlow app there. However, I've been experiencing issues to log in, and the app is something that's happened before in the scanners. So it is the same app between both iPhone and Android. We have a big update planned in the near future. I think it's supposed to be either end of this month or next month. That is supposed to hopefully fix any kinds of like those like login issues or anything like that. That is like a known issue. Unfortunately, the biggest thing with that is usually either just logging out or uninstalling the app and reinstalling it. We've been trying to track down, I guess, kind of the causes of it for a little bit, and it's generally tied to if you leave it open, I guess, like the app open, and then your screen times out. Sometimes when it comes back, then it gets stuck in like a loop trying to log in again. So again, that is something, yes, we are definitely aware of, and a fix is in the work for it for sure. Teresa had a great question. Will we be able to see the webinar again? You'd like to be able to show the boss? For sure you can. We have on our website, inflowinventory.com/webinar series. It will be posted here. It usually takes about a week, I believe it is, for us to edit them and put them up here. But you can then replay. They're all hosted on YouTube, so you're able to find them on our YouTube page as well. But we've got all the past webinars and stuff in there too. What are you laughing at, Matt?
We're talking in the chats.
Star's like,
we tried to spell Star's last name.
And I'm like, E something E, and Star's like, close enough.
What I say in medical waiting rooms when they start to say my name, close enough.
Awesome.
There we go. Teresa spelled my name, no problem.
All right, cool. Well, if there are no other new questions from people, then I think we are good. We got the winner they said something in the chat as well too, so we can reach out to them for the smart scanner. I think.
Yeah, we got their email, I think.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, well then a huge thank you to everyone. Again, we really do appreciate you all coming in and checking out the webinar with us. Apologies again on the delay. Normally it's at 11 o'clock, but if 12 o'clock works better for people, write in, let us know as well too. This is something that we try and do to help all of everybody, like the whole community kind of thing. So if a different time would help as well too, then it's good information to know.
See, I delayed it on purpose just to find that out, right? It was all within the master strategy.
Oh, Tim here in Toronto is saying 12 is good too. Oh yes, and Star, thank you again for saying I should pull up that. Did I lose my slides? Maybe I don't know. I still have my slides. Again, if you are interested, I know not everyone could be lucky enough to have won today, but we've got it somewhere here. Oh, here we go. Use code webinar if you do want to get one to get an extra $180 off, so only $9.99 instead of the regular $13.99 kind of thing. So, and sorry again, Matt, you said that's good for how long if people want to do it?
Yeah, so we'll make it by the end. Usually it's like the same day, but like I get it with, you might have to show the boss, get permission, that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll leave it up to the end of the week. The other thing is we do have a really good return policy. So there's 30 days of try it out, see if you like it. Worst case, if you don't, it's all good, we'll take it back. So yeah, another thing to keep in mind as well.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you everybody, and thank you very much, Matt, for coming in here and spending your time with us as well. And thank you, Star, to moderating and answering everybody in the chat there. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.